Good morning everyone. If you're having problems with your Grunfos PSU3 pump not working because it got stuck because you didn't turn the central heating on over the summer, then you might be watching this video. Now there is a recommended way from Grunfos to fix this, which is putting a screwdriver into that end with that little screw down there. You have to imagine it in its black surround of the actual unit. I took obviously it all out because it didn't work for me. So yeah, what their recommendation is that you put that in the screwdriver at number 2 Phillips. In the end, you turn it, you press down and turn it, and then it'll free it. Now it does actually work because you have to press down, because if you can see the impeller there, when you press down, this gets stuck to this presumably with crap. When you press down, it goes up. So hopefully I can show that. Can you see that going up and down? Hopefully. Now when you press it, if you just put it in and turn it, the screwdriver, nothing will happen. But if you press it up, it will turn like that. Just putting it in, it just won't do anything. That's turning it without it pushed up. It's still a bit sticky, but as you can see, hopefully, if my GoPro is good enough, if you press up and do it, ooh, then it will turn it around. The only problem is, this is actually a black surround, so you can't actually see what your screwdriver is doing, and it's obviously probably in a dark somewhere room. So you're not quite sure what you're doing, and also the actual torque it needs for that is not good enough to get that unstuck. Sometimes you can't get enough force for the screwdriver, so what you have to do is then disassemble the whole thing and do that. Now the funny thing is, once I got this out of here, mine had completely stuck. It's actually quite smooth. I haven't got stuck at all, so while knocking it out, I think I just got rid of some lime scale or something, and it's now perfect. So put it back together and off you go. It's probably I don't think they should use a screw here for that. I think they should use something like an Allen key that you push down and you get a bit more force. Yeah, I don't like that. You can round it off really easily. Anyway, that's enough of that. So yeah, if you've got a Grunfos PSU3, you've got to press it in, and it'll lift that up, and then you can move it around. If that doesn't work, you have to take the whole thing apart, which is quite easy as long as you can get rid of all the water out of the system, or have some valves on either side of your pump, so you can just quickly turn them off, unplug 4 Allen screws. You might have to knock the unit slightly just to bring it out. Don't damage the seals obviously, and then this just comes out as well. You give that a bit of a tap, then it pops out. Obviously turn off all your electricity, and make sure no water gets over your system, and then you put it all back together again. Yeah, if it's not that free going, maybe a bit of WD-40. But the golden rule is, got to do it every 2 weeks over the summer. Don't leave it over the summer and it'll be rusted up or lime scaled up or whatever it does. But yeah, because you'll be fucked then, won't you? You will, and you have to go through all this, having to learn it off by heart off the internet. And there we have it. We've got the lights up. One green, one yellow. We could have 2 yellows. We want to have more power. I actually put it in at 90 degrees out of phase. It's supposed to be that way up. I put it that way up. It doesn't actually matter. I should prefer it that way, I think. Oh, it's a happy chappy now. What a machine that is. Oh yes, we're going to be using you again soon. Look at that. Bit palette light. You can't beat an old thermocouple, or one thermostat, and that sort of technology. But I can't see that in there. But yeah, it's from 1980s. A home base. What is it? A glowworm hideaway. Yeah, nothing complex. That's the control unit with a 1970s wallpaper that the person we bought this house off had installed, because you got to put wallpaper on your 1970s boiler room. Sweet. I'm pleased with that. So yeah, it didn't need cleaning at all it needed was taking apart and then putting back together again, and that sort of with knocking it with a tapping it actually unfroze it. So that the screwdriver thing that goes in the end, yeah, it's a bit tricky. It's hard to see what you're doing, and also it's you can round off the edges of the Phillips drive, so it's not the world's best. I mean, it'll work for some people, but not for everyone. So what's the rule? What's the actual thing we've learned today? Always turn on your radiators during the summer, rather than sitting there for 3 months or 5 months. Yeah, every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, just get them turned over 5 minutes. You'll save a lot of hassle. So there we go. Bob's your uncle. Sweet. I can dry my clothes now. They've been waiting there for about 3 hours. I did them before I turned the electricity off.